Of him being so cocky lately, I want him to win, so I can give him a good hiding.
If you went outside man to man, he'd have you. He said that at the press conference to you.
Let me tell you, if he comes outside for me, he won't be walking away from me. And that's a fact. What do you think I'm going to do? Let him elbow me and punch me in the face and whatever, grab me and break my arm? He won't be leaving me outside, and I tell you that. And he knew that the other night when I told him straight. I'd have got up the other night and punched his cunt right in for him. But I didn't want to cancel another show for Turkey. I've already cancelled one with a cut eye. If I'd got up and said about him the other night in the press conference, yeah, there'd have been another show cancelled. What happens if he would have got a cut or smashed his jaw or eye socket or whatever? There you go. And I'll have been in big trouble as well.
We'd much rather...
Okay, those are the words of Tyson Fury as he responds to Francis Ngannou's threat now. Okay, that was actually yesterday. Well, yeah, day and a half ago. And he's saying, well, hey, he would have done anything. He would have, I would have smashed him. But the only reason I didn't do anything is because I didn't want to, cancel that date with my own fight and, vice versa for his fight, because that was before he fought AJ, and then he wouldn't have walked away anyway, and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. Listen, Tyson Fury pretty much got put in a situation where he was like, hey, he was told something by another person, and we didn't really hear too much pushback. Him saying that he's going to let me do this, that, and the other. The only way he got the best of Francis Ngannou, unless him, Shane, Tommy, John, Peter, Huey, those guys jumped him. That would be the only way that they would do anything remotely dangerous or threatening to Francis. Because if you really look at all the, the outside of the ring threats and street fight talk and all that stuff, really, you have to consider, what the hell did Tyson Fury do in the ring with Francis Ngannou? That's the question you ask yourself. What did he do then? And he's talking about, you think he's going to punch me and throw elbows? Who the hell threw an elbow? Tyson threw an elbow, right? So, I mean, you're like, oh, all right, what are you really getting at? You're saying, oh, he wouldn't have done this and done that. No, he did it in the ring with you. So I think what people forget, when you talk about two guys that have already fought competitively in the ring, and one guy coming from MMA and another guy coming from boxing, and they meet in a boxing ring, and then the MMA guy drops him. Francis drops Tyson Fury, puts him on his ass. Then he kind of has to get himself composed and, use those legs that people claim he don't have to get away from Francis Ngannou. Okay, that's exactly what happened. And he threw everything that he possibly could at Francis to keep him at bay, but he couldn't. The only thing that took and kept Francis at bay was his own stamina. Okay, because we seen what happened in rounds 6 and 7. He was really tired, but he did get a second win back to rally back in that fight. Okay, so like him saying all this, well, yeah, he wouldn't walk away from it, and the only reason I didn't do it because of a fight. Well, that does make sense. You know what I mean? Because had he done that, he would have been in really big trouble. Because that means you shouldn't have been there, because that means that what you said to Francis pissed him off, and you couldn't handle it, and you started a riot or an uproar and all that stuff in that fight, and then it caused a cut or an injury to you or to Francis, which halted all this money in this fight. Yeah, Tyson Fury would probably get kicked out of Saudi Arabia, never to return, right? But yeah, I don't think that's because, oh, well, he thinks he's going to do this and do that. No, man, I think that's just cap with Tyson. Tyson, I think now is responding to that is because Francis actually quite made him foolish. Made him feel foolish by telling him that. Like, look, if I get out of line, you won't really be able to do anything. And the thing is, it's like that type of fighting versus boxing. I got my money on Francis. Because, see, Francis now can grab Tyson in a street fight and slam him, kick him. Bro, imagine kicking one of those bent legs of Tyson Fury. You'll probably never ever be right again. So no, I don't I don't believe that Tyson would have a chance against Francis Ngannou unless he had backup, which is known to be the traveler's way at a lot of times. You know what I mean? So I take a look and I think about what he would have done or this, that, and the other. And I think about how Billy Joe Saunders' father was slammed and skull drug across the floor. And him and his brother, Tommy, didn't do anything. Anything. They just stood back there and looked. So I don't really think they're about that lifestyle, bro. I really don't. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tyson Fury responding now to Francis Ngannou's threat, stating that he would have punched Francis and Francis wouldn't have walked away from that altercation. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!